Hi, welcome to DIY Donna. I'm Donna, of course. Today we are in a collab. What would you? Yes, it is that time again. But today I got this wicker table. It's got wicker on top. And you asked, what does this have to do with wood? Well, lots, because we are going to remove this wicker and we are going to cut the wood with a jigsaw and form it and then sand it, and then we are going to varnish it. Now these, it's got little like bump areas, happies you would call it, some leaves. I got a tube of Golden Buff, which I have never used, but we are going to use it for the first time on this. And I will get those a BM back gold, but not a bronze gold. It's going to be, I'll let you guys know after a bit. But stay tuned. We already cleaned it. We do need to sand it. But first we are going to remove this. Now I'm going to put it down to a level that you guys can see. I'm also going to put you guys on the light stand. So hang on and we'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is I'm going to use these big scissors is what I call them. And we're going to cut all this off. And hopefully while we're cutting it, we could start pulling it off and it will fall by that point. So let's get started. Okay, so I am starting to cut it, and these are cutting this really good. So what I'm trying to do is get it all away from the top edge right here. Yeah, because this stuff is really rotten. And see all that? Yeah, I'm just going to cut it. However, as long as it falls off and it's coming off, and I gotta watch the way I'm throwing those, we could peel some of it as well. This is going to take a little bit, so I am just going to let you guys watch me for a couple of minutes. And I'm hoping I'm not out of frame because I cannot see behind the camera. Now I do apologize if you guys hear the AC unit, it kicked on. And you know, we don't necessarily have to spray paint the top of it, these metal bars here, because of the wood. It's going to be over that. And we're going to use brackets to screw those into. Or clamps, not brackets. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to cut all the way down and get one piece off. And that way you guys could see. Cut one piece down, what it will do. And then I will show you guys step by step got one section out so far. See how that just pulled right off of there. Alright, so now we got this part off, and when I start getting it from here, I will let you guys see that as well. Okay, you guys, I've already started taking it off. The only thing I'm doing is just going around and letting it break off on its own, and just repeating that step over and over. And as you can see, it don't take that long, really. Okay, I'm going to continue doing this so we can get our spray paint on. Okay, we took all the wicker off of it. We got it bare now. Now we are going to take the sand block and I'm going to do where the rough edges were, where the paint was chipping off and the rust is beginning. I'm going to go over those areas, and then after those areas I'm going to check it and make sure everything's okay, needed sanding. We'll go over it, and then we are going to start our spray paint. Alright guys, I got you up in the air so you can see the top of this, but I'm going to go ahead and start the spray painting. I'm going to lay it down. Okay, I got this from Always and it was only $4.99. Never used this kind before, but we're going to try it. We're going to go ahead and give it one coat. Okay, we got all the spray paint cleaned up. Well, not cleaned up, but it's all finished. We're waiting for it to dry so we can take our gold buff to these little leaves and these bead looking things. Okay, so while it's finished drying, I got the wood out that I purchased at Lowe's. I will give you the measurements when we go to cut it. I wanted you to see it. Alright guys, now we're going to do our golden buff so it could dry. Now this is my first time using it. I heard that you could use your finger or a paintbrush. So we're going to use a paintbrush, and we're just going to rub this on the leaves. Guys, we got the gold on it. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to be cutting our wood. We are on our second day. Excuse the noise in the background. We are outside. This is the board that is going to be our top. I am going to place the metal on top so I can trace it out, and then we'll get the jigsaw out and do our cuts. Okay, and this is our measurement for the board. Got it at Lowe's. Okay, so now I got the frame on it. Okay, I'm going to leave it up that far from the back to the board, and then I'm just going to trace it out to the front, and that way we know where we need our cuts. And I am going to pull it closer to the edge this way so I don't waste all that wood. Okay, so where I can't draw a straight line, I'm using my ruler, and I'm also using it to measure where I want it gapped. So basically, I'm drawing my line right here, and I'm only wanting it to overlap the frame. I would say about a ½ inch or so. And that's why I'm using the ruler. And I'm just tracing it out. And then when we're done doing this, we will get out our jigsaw, cut our extra wood out, and then we will cut out our design. Do not forget, this is what would you make from wood. You have to use wood in your projects. This is a collab, so the playlist will be linked. Please go over and follow amazing, wonderful, talent women over there. We all do different things, different styles. Also, we will be mounting this after we cut it. So let's go ahead and continue so we can get this project on this playlist. Alright guys, so we have our jigsaw. Now this is from Walmart. It is the Heart brand. It is cordless. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start cutting into this. First we need to remove. Okay, here we go. Using a jigsaw to cut wood in a shape, and I think I done a good job so far. So we are going to change our angle so we could start sanding, and then we're going to connect it. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys, I just tried it on to get a look at it to see how off I was. I am not off at all. I am very proud of myself on this one. So let's go ahead and get sanding so we can get this thing connected. And we are going to be staining this wood before connecting. Alright guys, so we are going to sand it. This is a Heart battery operated sander. I got 120 grit paper on here. We're going to round it out, and then I'm going to put an 80 grip so we can smooth it. Just hope I don't mess it up, because one, and I think we're going to go ahead and mount it. I'm going to leave it alone before I ruin it. So give me a sec. Okay, we are going to use wood finish and dark walnut. We are going to use a rag to put this thing on, and I'm just going to rub it in. Look how pretty that is, and that is going to look so good on that black frame. And don't forget to do your outside edges. Alright guys, so we're going to do this all the way around it, and then we will mount it on. Alright you guys, we are going to use this. You find this in your pipe, and it's hanger tape, and it's 10 feet long. You get a roll of it, and that way we can measure and cut ourselves how much length we want and need. So let me get started on this, and I will show you guys how I do it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is mark it. I'm going to put a mark on it because we're going to pre-drill our holes, because we do not want our wood to crack. Alright, and then I'm sorry if you guys hear music in the background. I'm going to try to block it out. We are outside, and the people that live behind me are playing really loud music. So anyhow, like I said, this is a collab video. The playlist is in my description box, and we are going to take a minute and talk about this. We're in a collab. What would you? Our host is Rustic and Lace DIY. That's Brenda. Go check her channel out. Guest host, The Crafty Doll. Malene is her name. Host, Divine Designs, Christine. please do not forget to go check all of them all out. Okay, so now we got this out, and it is taped. So we're gonna save that tape to go back around this thing when we're done. Alright, so this is also very bendable. You see how we're going to do that? We're going to pinch it, and this is going to tell us where we are going to be drilling our holes. Drop my pencil. So now we're going to cut some of these out. 4 of them right here, I would say, and we're going to put probably 4 on there, so we're going to need 8 of this size. So let me get these all cut out, and then we'll come back on. Okay, let's go ahead and drill out our pilot holes, okay? Okay, I knew it. It was going too good. I took my drill bit down too far, and sure enough, it went down onto the top. But I'm going to try to re-sand it, and then I'm going to put wood filler inside of the hole and re-stain it, and I'm hoping I can fix it that way. Okay, let's connect this strip. Put it in the hole. So always make sure that your drip bit is not longer than your wood. If so, put some tape around it where you want it to stop. I was trying to eyeball it. Okay, so when I drill, sand and re-varnish, I will come back on. Okay, so now this is ready for me to sand on the top part. We're gonna sand just that area, smooth it out. And then I will take a rag and wipe this all off. And it's okay, like I said, we're going to re-varnish in these areas. Not all over, just in these areas, because I don't want it to... Okay, so I don't want it to make the other part darker, so I'm only going to stay in the areas. Okay, here goes the... Whoops. I was getting ready to put the stain on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was, dust free. And that's all, you guys. Just like this in the areas that it sanded it. Or we sanded. We may have to go over this area a couple times, but it's okay. Because I am going to have decorations and stuff on this table. Alright, let's flip it over and do the other side. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're having a hard time seeing this picture, but I am going to start fresh. Even though I put that putty in it, I don't think it's a good idea to go back through that way, so I'm going to move them clamps over and re-drill the holes, and this time I am going to only take it to about there. So this time I put painter's tape on my drill bit. Alright, you guys, we are done. Final review is coming right up. Okay, you guys, here it is, all done. I think it turned out beautiful. Yes, I did mess up a little bit, but look at that. You cannot tell it. Not at all. And for this to be the first project that I've literally cut out with a jigsaw, I done pretty well. Well, listen, don't forget to follow the playlist down below. Hit that like button. Also, I'm hearing there's a new hype button. So please hype this video. Also, share it out. Don't forget to follow the playlist. Also, you can follow us over on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And let me know this week what you have redone or what you're planning on redoing. And this is it. Bye.